For the first time, we are making them available to retail investors with a minimum investment of $500.
Infrastructure isn't just roads and bridges, it's the foundation that powers the world. It's the networks that fuel global commerce, the technology behind AI, the data centers that power the cloud. It's the supply chains keeping industries moving, and the energy grids lighting up entire cities, an interconnected system driving innovation and progress.
But now, with one single investment in our private infrastructure fund, every investor can gain access to a diversified set of the building blocks of the future. High-demand, private infrastructure assets with built-in contracts and long-term stability. Most investors only have access to a fraction of this potential. Our data shows private equity has outperformed global public stocks by more than 50% when you look at the cumulative returns over a recent 10-year period. Investment banks, pension funds, endowments, the world's biggest investors, have understood the benefits of private markets for years, allocating an average of more than 20% of their portfolios to these types of investments. And now, for the first time, we are making them available to retail investors with a minimum investment of $500.
Is it finally a private, not just a very large, publicly traded, almost $1 trillion under management and supervision firm has decided to make it possible for all of us to invest in a private fund, which is the first time it's ever been like that. It's usually 10,000, 25,000, 250,000. That is basically just an extension of their traditional investment vehicle that they just allow people to invest in individually, but it's still the same thing. We're talking, 15 to 25% annual returns, interest rates, and it pays back. It's cash flowing. This is why pensions and rich people love private assets, particularly infrastructure assets, because they don't have the day-to-day volatility that we see in the stock market, and they still return exceptionally well. And so now, as of today, a retail investor can be a private equity investor, and there is no limit. You can come on there and put $5 million into it. You'll see on there like ownership stake in Heathrow Airport. This is a fund that's invested in by like Harvard and Yale and every pension that you can think of. This is a massive, actively managed fund. So infrastructure, again, hyperscale data centers, critical energy pipelines, powering all of these different, technologies, logistics networks. When you look at picking, any number of the top 10 semiconductor and AI adjacent publicly traded companies, many of them will just continually to go up, the tide rises all boats theory. Can you think of a better investment than the logistics network that goes out of Heathrow Airport, London, Global Transway? For better or worse, political stuff aside, BlackRock basically just bought the Panama Canal. This is what we're talking about. I feel like they've been on a 2.5, 3 year track to become the people's hedge fund. So to them, they want to have a diversified asset class. PE is the newest lever for that. Why I'm here to share with everyone is because I truly think that this isn't about this product. It is about private equity is now available to retail. That's the storyline.